Hey there, in this video, we're going to be talking about the key benefits of a bone broth diet. I'm Dr. Isaac Jones.
And I'm Erica Jones, and we're with Elevase.com, and we want to thank you so much for watching today. So we know you've heard about bone broth, right? Everyone's heard about bone broth by now. It's like all over the place. And so you've probably wondered, what are the benefits of bone broth and what are the benefits of including bone broth in your diet? So when we talk about bone broth diet in this video, we're talking about incorporating it into our lives on a regular basis for all those awesome health benefits, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to share with you what some of those key benefits are. And the first one is one that I love, is that it's great for your skin. And the reason for that is because it's rich in keratin, rich in collagen. This improves skin's elasticity, helps your skin to retain moisture and hydration better, which we know kind of declines as we age, which causes those fine lines and wrinkles. So that's one major benefit to include bone broth on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Yeah, the other thing that helps with bone broth is that it increases an amino acid called glycine, which actually helps to normalize blood sugar through a process called gluconeogenesis in the liver, and also helps to increase creatine levels, which is really good for pre-workout, even post-workout, can really help you get through a workout and increase your just performance at the gym and just throughout the day. And obviously, a lot of these amino acids found in bone broth, including glycine, is really healthy for the joints as well as the bones. So
absolutely,
yeah.
It really, really beneficial, and we're both kind of like workout junkies. You more so than me. So that glycine and all of that is really beneficial. The third thing we want to point out is that it's really powerful for gut healing.
Yeah.
So if you're someone that's dealing with gut issues, let's say you're not going regularly, you just have a lot of indigestion and stuff like that, bone broth is really powerful because it helps to protect your gut barrier, which is what leads to leaky gut, right? You can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of tests at Elevase on people around the world through our virtual health consultancy for essentially a microbiome stool analysis that looks at all the issues within the gut. We do like an 11-page report that tells us challenges that people are coming back with. And it's not uncommon to see leaky gut. It's not uncommon to see a major, dysregulation and imbalance in the healthy bacteria and healthy bacterial ecology within the gut. And then the other thing that we're starting to see a lot more is food sensitivities.
Tons!
Food sensitivities because of the leaky gut, the breakdown in the mucosal membrane and the increase in the gap junctions between the cells, allowing for food particles to pass into the bloodstream not fully digested. So when that happens, you get these antibody-antigen reactions. You get essentially your immune system attacking your own body because of food sensitivities. It's ultimately at the very core of autoimmune disease and a lot of other inflammatory issues. So this is really at the core of the challenges that we're seeing with gut healing, and bone broth can definitely benefit you greatly.
Absolutely. And so the fourth thing that we'll talk about is the immune system support. So I love this because we're constantly bombarded with different microbes and things. We've traveled a lot, so we're in airports with people that are coughing and sneezing and all kinds of stuff. So having a regular diet that includes bone broth in it really is powerful for boosting immune system function, being able to fight off those pathogens, bacteria and viruses that we come into contact with on a regular basis. And especially for little people, we have some children. So as their immune systems are building, this is something that's powerful for them too.
I actually made an avocado bowl this morning with bone broth in it. So it's like a bone broth kind of thick bowl with avocados and berries. So the other thing is that it helps with anti-aging.
Yes.
And one of the benefits of that and bone broth is it actually increases an antioxidant, which is kind of the godfather of antioxidants inside your body, called glutathione. And glutathione is one of the top anti-aging factors that you want elevated in your body. It helps to rid the body of free radicals, which if you understand the free radical theory of aging, what that essentially says is that the more free radicals that you have, which is completely running rampant in our bodies in the 21st century because of a number of different reasons, you want to combat that with increased antioxidants. And one of the ways that you can boost antioxidants in the form of glutathione, which again is that powerful, strong godfather of antioxidants, is bone broth.
Yes, and so you're not only getting the collagen benefits, the keratin, but now you're getting glutathione too, which helps with that cell regeneration, which is so important for anti-aging. And the last thing we'll talk about is brain function. So bone broth is comprised of so many different healthy fats that really support healthy brain function. So if you're somebody that needs to get a lot done in a day, you need a lot of focus, you need clarity, bone broth is one of those things that you want to be adding to your diet. And I'm a mom and I'm an entrepreneur, we're working together, so I need clarity and focus all hours of the day. So that's why I'm all about the bone broth. It's awesome.
I'm high performing, but with those 2 kids that she's taking care of, I'm like, she actually is more high performing than I am. So brain function is absolutely huge. And a lot of the amino acids are precursors to the actual neurotransmitters that your brain needs to maximize its function throughout the day.
Yes, that's awesome. So now you're probably wondering, well, this is all great about bone broth and everything else, but how do I actually use this? This is a common question because people don't really know how to incorporate it into their diets. And so we want to give you just 3 simple ways to use bone broth. And the first one I'm going to let you talk about because we actually did a bone broth cleanse or detox a couple of years ago, and you can share a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so typically it's a 3 to 4 day cleanse where all you're doing is drinking bone broth. And I know it might sound like a really hardcore strategy, but what it does, it is. And it's honestly something that you should probably work your way up to. It's not something you should just jump into. And oftentimes you should be working with a professional to do these types of cleanses. But the bone broth cleanse is powerful because it starves the unhealthy bacteria in your gut because you're not eating any sugar to feed the unhealthy bacteria. And you actually feed the gut with all these healthy micronutrients and amino acids and gut healing factors like the collagen and things of that nature. And then what happens is after the cleanse, you start repopulating the gut with the healthy food and prebiotic and probiotic rich foods, and it helps to reestablish a healthier microbiome within the body.
So it's kind of like a clean slate, like a do-over for your gut kind of thing.
It kind of just kind of like wipes the slate clean, you know?
Okay, cool. So if you need a gut do-over, do a bone broth cleanse.
Yeah.
The second way you can use it is to just drink a cup a day. So a lot of people like to just perpetually make bone broth. We're kind of those people too. And they'll just heat it up in the morning, and instead of having a cup of coffee, they will have a nice cup of bone broth and just sip that in the morning to get their day started.
And I'll talk about this last one because I had just an amazing meal the other day, and I don't typically like green beans.
I'm like, what? I'm Southern born. I'm not gonna like green beans.
But you know what? I actually liked the green beans you made the other day because you actually. I'll let you tell them what you did. So.
Yeah, so this is a great way to include bone broth as well, is just to add to recipes. So obviously like soups and stews, you can make those easily with bone broth. But then even things like green beans or like collard greens, I'm Southern born, so we like to simmer stuff long and slow, and if it's in bone broth, it tastes even better. So that's why I got my husband to eat green beans. He doesn't really eat those.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, using them as a base for soups, it takes the soup flavor to the next level.
It really does, and there's really no comparison between your homemade bone broth and what you can get in a store. And one that we forgot to add here that we use all the time is bone broth protein powder, and I'll let you talk a little bit about that. That's a great way to get bone broth into your diet.
Yeah, we'll actually put a link underneath this video to get access to some of the bone broth protein that we have in the store. But I mean, bone broth protein is just awesome to just put in smoothies, to put in even like coffee. I blend it up in my coffee or my tea. It's just an incredible, delicious way to use bone broth for people that don't want to, make bone broth. So it's more convenient. It's more for the busy go-getter. But we're going to be talking about in our next video some really powerful things as solutions to people that want to access the bone broth diet to the next level, and they just don't know a lot of the problems and the challenges a lot of people face when it comes to making bone broth, and there's a lot of them. So there's actually one in particular that is like a big no-no.
A huge no-no. So Thank you so much for watching this video. Click the link below if you want to know what bone broth protein powder we personally use. And make sure you watch the next video. If you're thinking about making your own bone broth, I want you to avoid some common mistakes that can really just derail the entire process and your benefits of the bone broth. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back with more great videos soon. Bye-bye.